Hi guys, this is your brother and friend here, Pastor Justice. I just want to share a quick message with you guys. I feel will sort of encourage you and help you, to discover certain things. But one day I was just walking in town, and then the Holy Spirit ministers to me and says, "Have you done your RSA?" I'm not saying RSA. What is an RSA? So he says, well, yeah, like in schools, you have your GCSE and all these examinations and qualifications, you get, and these are like sort of basic prerequisites to like you developing or progression on the career path. For to get any job, you need the qualifications. So he says that to me, and I go like, okay, what in the world is an RSA then? So he says, this is your random spiritual assessment. And I'm like, random spiritual assessment? I've never ever heard of that. So he says that, and I'm like, okay, so what is this about then? So he takes me down to Colossians chapter 2, verses 16, verses 6, sorry. Colossians chapter 2, verses 6. And it says, as therefore you have received Christ, so walk in him, be rooted in him, be built up in him, and then finally be established in him. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And I'm like, so what is this random spiritual assessment then? And saying, so if, let's say, for instance, you received Christ in the year 2000 and whenever, it's got nothing to do with years and dates, but um, from when you've received Christ, are you still doing the same things? Have you changed? Have you progressed? Are you out there healing? Are you out there ministering to people? Is your attitude the same? Is your character the same? These are the things he's talking about. And if you don't take a particular time, every now and then, set a time apart and ask him, God, where do I stand? Where am I? What am I doing? What's my next step? If you do not do these things, you're never ever going to come to that point where you find out, oh, okay, so I have achieved these things as a Christian. I've overcome my lust. I've overcome my temptations. I've overcome these things. What is the next step? It's the next step for you to go out there and win souls for the kingdom. Is your next step out is to go out there and heal souls? You need to find out from God where you stand, and that is what he means by this RSA. So have you done your RSA? It's about time you do it. You take that time to sit back and relax, and then meditate and have this fellowship with God and ask him, where do I stand, Father? Where do I stand? And then ask him, and then he'll show you. Oh, I'll give you an idea. Sometimes there's a way. One of the ways to find out where you stand or whether you've progressed or anything like that is when your attitude and character in times of trial and struggles and temptations, when things are not going your way, you at that time is how you address the situation, how you deal with the situation. Sometimes these are like, this is just one of the examples of the things that you probably have to look at, and pay attention to, which will give you an idea where you stand. Do you downcast everything? Do you like, for instance, Job's wife? When Job was going through this trial, what is your attitude and character like Job's wife? Where you say, "Oh, okay, rip your coat, your clothes apart, and then curse God." Well, some people do that. Some people find that I've met people who said, I'm not gonna worship God because I'm not worshiping God because God is not good to me, because he made my mom die of cancer and blah 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 and stuff like that. All these excuses, and I'm saying, okay, well, fair enough. Your mom died. We will all die. Okay, we will all die. We are not going to live on this earth forever. Okay, so it's sad to hear that your mom died at this age, or through this cancer or whatever. It's sad, but was your mom totally devoted to Christ? That's what you should be concerned about. I mean, if she's departed from this evil world and if she's with God, yeah, sorry to hear that, we've lost her. But that's not the whole point. The whole point is whether she was committed to God. Where is she going? That's where we need to look at. So, anyways, that's just a quick one for you guys. And I'm thinking, do your RSA.